No, take it
I need to do that.
10 miles I need to along and do this. Because we're plenty far out. I measured them, so now if we tighten that up, 3 is not going to do it.
I got up in the middle of the night to make a list of things to bring along.
Ladder up there, then we got
you guys are worrying way too much about this. If this
Well, when you get here, you haven't got the vacuum cleaner or this or that, and you stopped. I even bought the stuff to put the hole in the wall if we can get some green light somewhere from somebody.
just cleaning up the threads here so the coupling will screw on there easier.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the size of what I got in the hole.
No, I mean the hole I was just working.
Well, we'll unfrost the other one.
I was wobbling. It's the rod.
Oh, Jesus, that's really...
This looks fantastic.
Hey, Les, do you want to hold the copper pipe so it doesn't bend?
Well, yes.
Yeah, he needs to hold it.
How's it going?
It's going down.
It's heavy. That's how it's going.
Well, take your time at it. Don't overdo it.
Okay, ready to chop this hole up?
You hit a rock. It's not moving now, is it? I don't think it's coming down now, is it?
Les, where did you put your clamps at? So
We're going to fire up. It's going to get noisy. That hammer drill would have been better.
Baby.
Oh, big rock. We can run in and get it.
Oh, too big. It won't work.
What?
Too big.
Oh, darn.
Too big. The next size would have been perfect. Perfect. We can change that out later. For right now, we'll use these.
Yep.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Stop.
Okay, now we'll take this
Oh, is that a slick?
We'll take this stud out, and then I gotta get some no-ox and put that other rod on there. That's good. Okay. Now we're gonna bring that over here.
There's a towel in the back of my truck, Les. I'm gonna put my fingers up. Hold on.
Let me know when you got it. Okay. See if we can get it straight.
Still angled there, Bill.
Yeah, I am. Okay, we want to turn this rod in far enough so that the end of the first rod butts up against the tip of the second rod inside of the coupler. There. Okay. Now we'll put the...
Do we have a driver we want to put on the end of this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're putting the coupling on the other end with a driving stud on it. And we'll use a hammer drill.
All right.
Don't go too far. There. You may have to cut it off. Kind of leave some room for cutting it off.
That was easier.
All right.
I think we're gonna call that thing peanut butter, because my arms feel like jelly now.
Okay.
I bet the vibration there. Oh yeah.
Now. There you go. It's warm.
That is a heck of a lot easier than running that post under though, Wes. You're right for
little
sure.
heat here.
Well, I suppose.
Oh, there you go. Everybody in your truck then?
We got one more to do yet.
One more.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now we got the one behind us to do. I'll bring it over right in there.
Oh my goodness.
My first 10 feet is easy.
It's the first thing.
Did you make that, Bill?
I made this out of a number 8 steel bolt. I've got a metal turning lay at home, and I put it in the metal turning lay and took the head off of the bolt.
Okay.
So that it would fit inside of the driving coupler on the hammer drill.
Dave, you're on the cord there.
Yeah, I need that.
We're not going to say that stuff is stiff, but it takes all Les's weight.
All right.
Get it on here.
This no-ox that we're putting on there is the same kind of stuff you would put on battery terminals to keep it from corroding.
Make sure it's straight.
Okay.
That one can go down some more if you need it. Is that about right?
That's probably about right, Les. Thank you. Oops.
Oh. Got it. Plug it into
Can
a
you
current
reach it?
bush.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Have to hold the pipe though, otherwise it'll wobble.
You guys ready?
Go ahead. We're loose here. Okay. Take her down a little more. I gotta get the driver out too, I suppose. Unscrew those. And then you want these back. We'll probably never use them again. It's called a High Sierra screwdriver antenna. And the mount goes into the box. So if we want to...
What holes is underneath is wood?
There's a bolt that goes through the box, and there's a metal piece in there, and I drilled a hole, tapped some threads in it,
Okay.
and a bolt holds this sturdy.
Okay, I have to look
If
inside.
I want to lay this over so I can get in my garage, I take this pin out.
I'll stand back so it doesn't hit me.
And then this lays down. Then
Quick disconnect on the end.
the whip antenna has a quick disconnect.
Okay. You can get the whole thing right
Right.
off.
Now I took some colored tape.
That was my next question.
This is good for 15 meters, 17 meters, and then 20 meters and 40 are right in this area, and this is 75 meters.
Now that relates to what? You look inside the tube and see where it is?
Right, you can
What?
see the winding that's wrapped around here.
Yeah, got it.
This collar slides up and down in that tube.
Okay.
So the longer the antenna, you lengthen the antenna out for 75 meters. For
Full coil.
17 meters, you shorten the coil.
You can see where you're at least on
Right. I've got it set for 17 meters right now. So we've got
Okay.
the whip antenna on here now. And then we just tip this up. There, it's in place. We've got a grounding strap.
there. Oh, let me see that.
The grounding strap hooks to the bottom here, and then that goes down and is attached to the frame of the truck.
Okay.
That's a High Sierra screwdriver antenna.
The Cadweld box is supposed to go over the ground rod, but the threads were bigger than the rod itself. So Bill was trying to cut the threads off so the box would fit over the top. Now, even though he ground down the threads, it didn't work. The box wouldn't fit. So what he ended up doing in a few minutes is to cut the threaded part off, and that worked fine. At this point, there wasn't enough room to get the cutting device in there, so you had to chip off some more dirt so you get the whole DeWalt tool in there to grind the top of the ground rod off. Once that was cut off, and he went around and did the edges on the thing to make it smooth. And once that was done, the CAD welding box fit over the top just fine, and we continued on with the job. What do we got here?
Okay, this is the block for doing the CAD welding. This will slide over the ground rod, come up and stop.
Okay.
So, now we'll put a charge in here with metal in it, and when we ignite that, that will melt and it'll go down in here, and the wires that come through will get welded.
The event's taking place if there's camera
Okay.
footage of it, Dave.
Okay. Okay, there are the wires going through. We're going to take our pigtail that's going to go off to the tower, and we're going to put it through.
That go all the way through then?
Yep. So now what I need to do on top of the tank in there is some monkey putty. I need to use some of that.
Where does that go?
We're going to close these holes
Oh,
up a little bit so the molten metal
won't come out.
won't run out.
Is that enough for both?
Probably enough for the whole job.
Okay, well, I'll put this back in here.
That's to keep the charge from coming out.
Yep. Now I'm going to set this down on top of our ground rod. These are the charges that have got the molten metal in them. They're in a canister like so. So what we're going to do is just set that inside of here, like that. Put the lid on. This is the igniter. There's batteries in here. So all we're going to do is we're going to plug this onto this piece of metal.
That's it? There's two pieces of metal or just one?
Just one.
And where's the other connection go?
That's it.
That's it?
Okay, now back off
I'm gonna-
a little
yeah.
bit.
Certainly am.
All I'm going to do is I'm going to push the button on here.
Oh, let me see the button. So yeah.
That's going to ignite that, and then it'll melt.
So now we hit
Is everybody ready?
go. Wow.
I'm going to let that cool off.
Really hot, isn't it?
There's a piece of red molten metal down there, extra. See it laying in there.
Smells too, doesn't it?
Very hot. Oh.
Cool.
Hot. And around here, you need lightning protection. Okay, here's all the witnesses we have in this thing.
Okay,
I can just slag off.
there's the ground wires attached to the ground rod. We'll backfill this with some dirt. This pigtail here will pull through, and that'll go over and attach to the tower leg.
When it's welded, do you cut the excess off or just leave it in the ground?
I'm just going to leave it in the ground.
Right.
That's still warm.
I bet.
What kind of powder is it that they're using that, Bill?
I don't know what it is. Okay, now we're going to put some putty around here.
Where's the other ground wire go to?
Goes in a circle.
Okay, we've got the ground wires into the Cadweld block. We're going to take our charge. I'm going to close the lid.
How can that work if you only have one lead? Interesting. Only one lead on there. Oh, darn. Where's the other path for current?
I don't know, unless it just heats up. Okay, it's on.
Oh, well. I'll zoom in instead of getting close. Whenever you're ready. Of course, I'm standing downwind.
Let that cool off some.
You know what? They hadn't even seen, the guy there, been there for 6 years, hadn't even seen a threaded ground rod.
Okay, stand back a little bit, Les.
Okay,
You ready?
you go. Okay, that will
Real
help.
hot.
Yep, a little hot.
That's better.
Want to just leave the slag on there?
Yep. There. That's all welded together. We want to position this. Your finger's not on the button, is it?
No.
Okay.
Good question.
You get the honors, Les. You push and hold that button until it ignites. I'm going to get back a little ways and go ahead.
Okay. Try to get the hard line up. May have to have you hand it to me, Les.
Okay.
Take it your way. Take it your way some more. Too much slop. Just pull it down. Okay.
press the button and turn it on?
Oh, it's automatic. Run! It's running.
I see.
I actually turned it on before I walked over here, but you bought it. You bought
Actually-
that. Andy, come on over here.
What?
We need a closing statement here, because we finish things up.
This is
You
a
have to talk loud because the damn thing is too far away.
There's a progress. It's been in works for 2 years,
Wow.
2 to 3 years. And the tower's up, the grounding's in. The coax cable for the 2-meter repeater antenna is over to the shed. And the next project will be to get the repeater up and running and on the air.
So the next project, once they have the telephone meeting on this coming Monday, then we'll know where to put the hole, up there or down here. I won't suggest where I think it should go. I'll let the committee decide. Whatever it is, it's fine. Now, did Les find the tower?
Yeah.
So how did you find the tower?
The scoutmaster out of West Fargo, we were commissioners for the unit, and he's assistant police chief for West Fargo PD, and they were getting a new tower, so he knew I was a ham, so they donated the tower to us.
Well, I know that Les personally put in $400 just for the metal bracket that goes in the concrete. We had other donations, and what did the whole pad cost when we were all through? By $8,000?
I don't even remember. I think that's pretty close.
About $8,000 to get this 100-foot pole up in the air. It's one hell of a slab.
Who knew 4 inches thick concrete would cost
How
that
much?
much? 4 inches thick concrete.
Yeah, 4 inches. Yeah, 4.
Lots of rebar.
I think Steve Inkle said 22 yards. Does that sound right?
Yep.
22 yards.
22. Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot of work. Well, it's not done yet. Then who found the cabinet? Did you find that, Les?
I found that too. From Gene Wicklin out in Orrs, and he donated a electronic repeater cabinet or
Storage cabinet.
storage cabinet for electronic equipment.
Well, that cabinet, I'm telling you, is worth about $400. It's got all kinds of ventilator fans in the back and strips to plug things in. That's a really nice cabinet. And then Bill's going to take the repeater out of the Motorola MSR 2000 and put it in the rack. And that's going to be a job by itself. And put the duplexer in there. And then that's the new recamp repeater. The other antenna up there, hopefully there'll be a ham radio desk next to the tower for HF and 2 meters. We have rope on the tower, so whatever they want to pull up there for HF, they can. The storm comes, they can lower it back down again.
Yep.
So by, who knows when we'll be on the air, you think?
I'm hoping in a week.
Oh, geez. Well,
A week to 2 weeks.
when
we
you
should
guys
be-
decide, or whoever decides where the hole's going to go, please call me. I will be here. I happen to have all the right tools for that. And we'll run the coax through.
Okay.
Well, we videotaped the tower going up, and we videotaped the grounding process. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you learned something. It's snowing out. Time to get my sandwich.